organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, we'll tell you about how the UI is working to curb a health problem that's slowly becoming an epidemic.
Plus in sports, DJ K cut by the Iowa Barnstormers, but he's not out of work yet. We'll tell you where he's planning on going next season.
That's all coming your way next.
Daily Iowan TV starts now.
From Studio 151, your television news, sports, and weather source for the Daily Iowan, this is Daily Iowan TV.
Thanks for tuning in to your Tuesday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Tasha Woods.
And I'm Josh Bolander. On Tuesday, the state of Iowa officially applied to opt out of the No Child Left Behind Act. Department of Education Director Jason Glass and other leaders said the law held schools to unrealistic standards and will be dropped in favor of a new system that emphasizes student growth. 26 states had indicated they would apply for the waiver by today's deadline, and 11 have already succeeded in securing that waiver.
Governor Terry Branstad added his name to the list of 48 governors protesting cuts to Air National Guard spending. Branstad said that while he and other governors understand the need for cuts, the Air National Guard is one of the most efficient military branches and should be maintained. According to the Associated Press, the proposed cuts would eliminate F-16 fighter jets here in Iowa and would cost the state around 500 jobs.
Also in Des Moines today, the Iowa Senate overwhelmingly passed a bill that makes it illegal for people to seek employment with a livestock company for the purpose of documenting animal abuse. The Associated Press reports the bill passed 40-10 and will now be sent to the House. Supporters say the bill is effective because it only covers people who lie on job applications, while opponents say it greatly hinders the fight for animal rights.
It's Eating Disorder Awareness Week at the UI, and to support the cause, the University Counseling Services set up workshops to talk with students about the importance of being healthy. Daily Iowan TV's Nick Rector went to one of the workshops this afternoon to see exactly what information students were taking in.
Many of you probably don't have it marked on your calendar, but it's Eating Disorders Awareness Week. And although this subject may not affect you and seem unimportant, it's not, especially on college campuses.
I would say that everyone knows someone with an eating disorder, but you may not know it. We know that people at the University of Iowa have eating disorders, and we just want to encourage them to get help.
University Counseling Services set up a series of workshops throughout the week. They are meant to give students awareness and information on how to get help for eating disorders. At today's workshop in the Blank Honors Center, Etherington spoke about body image.
Even if we're saying to someone, have you lost weight? You look great. We're sending the message that there was something about them that needed changing.
Raising students' awareness on eating disorders is an important step to fixing the problem. In America, there are more people with eating disorders than breast cancer, and statistics from the National Association of Anorexia, Nervosa, and Associated Disorders says that 95% of those with eating disorders are between the ages of 12 and 25, and that 25% of college-age women engage in binging or purging as weight management techniques.
There is no such thing as one way to look in terms of what health looks like. You can't look at someone and tell whether or not they have an eating disorder. Someone that may have a larger body type might actually restrict. Somebody that has a smaller body type might be engaging in binging and purging. We just can't look at someone and tell.
So keep an open mind and be supportive of your friends and family, because the odds are someone you know needs help. Nick Rector, Daily Iowan TV.
If you or anyone you know is battling an eating disorder and needs help, make sure and contact University Counseling Services. Still to come on Daily Iowan TV, find out why more and more of Iowa's school children aren't leaving the house for their education. That's coming up in a bit, but first let's go to Christina Targos for your first look at weather.
Well, Tasha, it looks like February 29th is bringing some weird weather along with it. At 9 a.m., it will be a high of 41 with partly cloudy skies and strong winds, and those conditions will remain throughout the day. By noon, it will get up to 44 degrees, and in the evening, expect those temperatures to drop back down to about 34 degrees. So watch out for that leap day wind, and I'll be back in a bit with your 6-day forecast.
The number of Iowans opting to homeschool their children is still on the rise. Nationally, the number of homeschooled students has almost doubled since 1999, And officials here in Iowa say they've also noticed the increase. Education professionals say kids being homeschooled for non-religious reasons account for much of the increase. Officials with the Iowa City Homeschool Assistance Program say more and more kids are being kept out of school because of sports or performing arts commitments.
An Iowa City woman was charged with domestic abuse after allegedly stabbing her boyfriend with a meat fork. Police say 19-year-old Jaleesa Gray attacked her boyfriend following an argument that started because she believed he was on the phone with another woman. Gray admitted she poked the victim because she was, quote, mad at him.
A third student has died after an Ohio teenager allegedly opened fire in his school's cafeteria on Monday. Police say the victim was one of 5 students injured in the shooting at Chardon High School just outside of Cleveland. The gunman has been identified as 17-year-old TJ Lane. At a hearing Monday, prosecutors said Lane did not know his victims and fired randomly into the school's cafeteria. It's not clear whether the juvenile will be charged as an adult. And now it's time to check back in with Christina Targos for your 6-day forecast. Christina?
Thanks, Josh. Wednesday will see a high of 46 with partly cloudy skies and very windy. Thursday will be the warmest day of the week with a high of 54 and mostly sunny skies. Friday will be a gloomy day with a high of 44 and 60% chance of showers. Saturday will give us a blast of winter again with only a high of 38 and 30% chance of flurries. Sunday and Monday will return to normal with highs of 44 and 43. And now that's your 6-day forecast. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Christina. And now Daily Iowan TV's Alicia Denez is here for your look at Hawkeye sports.
Iowa's all-time leader in receptions and receiving yards has been cut by Iowa. The Iowa Barnstormers, that is. Former Hawkeye Jarrell Johnson-Koulianos was let go from the Arena Football League squad on Tuesday. But he's not totally out of work yet. DJK was already committed to play with the Canadian Football League's Montreal's Alouettes next season. Johnson-Koulianos told the Des Moines Register that he has no issues with the Barnstormers and it's all love for the arena organization. The Barnstormers head coach Mike Hoenzi said the decision to cut the off-controversial receiver was strictly a strategic choice and that if it was an outdoor league, DJK would still be on the team. And for wrestling, the preliminary seeds for the Big Ten Wrestling Championships were announced today. Junior wrestler Matt McDonough earned a #1 seed for the 125 weight class. This is the second season in a row where he's been seeded the top spot, and he even won the Big Ten 125-pound title in 2011. Sophomore Tony Ramos and redshirted freshman Mike Evans both are seeded #2 for their weight class. The official Big Ten tournament brackets will be set Friday afternoon, and the tournament will take place this weekend in West Lafayette, Indiana. So you guys, looks like a promising weekend for the Hawkeye wrestlers.
Yeah, it sure does, Alicia. And now let's go beyond Iowa and take a look at some of the top headlines from around the globe. It was a big day for Mitt Romney and Rick Santorum with primaries in both Arizona and Romney's home state of Michigan Tuesday. Votes were still being counted Tuesday evening, but analysts agree that the stakes are high. Experts say Romney could solidify his nomination with a win, while a loss could certainly be embarrassing and would even prove fatal for his campaign.
18 people are dead after a deadly ambush in northern Pakistan. Officials say gunmen ambushed 4 passenger buses and singled out Shiite victims. Sunni passengers were unharmed, and officials say sectarian violence in the area is rare.
And officials in northern Thailand are still battling heavy smog that has caused health problems for some residents. Officials tried using cloud-seeding methods to create an artificial rain to clear the haze, but low humidity made it ineffective. Until rain moves in to clear the smog, city workers will use trucks to spray water to try and reduce health risks.
And NASCAR's biggest race featured some pretty big flames yesterday. During a caution flag driver Juan Pablo Montoya crashed into a jet dryer that was working to dry the track. The crash ignited around 200 gallons of jet fuel, sending huge flames into the air and delaying the race for over 2 hours. It was the first time the race was held on a Monday after being delayed due to rain on Sunday. Thankfully, no one was hurt in the accident.
And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek into Wednesday's pages of the Daily Iowan. Read about why local businesses are skeptical about selling a controversial drug that would soon be illegal.
Plus, find out if student government decided to spend more student dollars on sustainability efforts.
That's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check us out at the same time tomorrow or anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for watching and have a great night.